What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 103 of Knee Brace Radio. It's another edition of Let's Get Weird Wednesday. It is 7/7. It's January. Fuck, I fucked it up. I went the entire month of June without fucking it up. I fucked it up in July. It's July 7th. It's not January 7th. We're not in the beginning of the year. We're over halfway through the year. My brain is a little scrambled today. I'm tired. Nick, how you doing, man?
I'm good, dude. Calling out the episodes getting a little cumbersome. Episode 103 of Knee. Why don't we just digit it out? Just digitize it. Just episode 103. What do you think of that?
We could try to do that. I'm gonna mess it up next time, but we'll try.
You're absolutely gonna get your own head about it.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But I'm doing good, man. I'm tired, but I'm here. Words can't explain how much I miss doing this.
I mean, the best ability, Nick, is availability.
You're on one this today.
I know. I'm all over the place. But yes, I missed you this weekend. But I didn't miss you that much.
How was your holiday?
I was in Vegas, Nick, and we talked about this. Vegas is the best place on earth.
It's your happy place.
It is. I am like the reverse, and I don't mean this in like a joking way, but like, you know how when we talked about this with Mario Corto, children that have autism or even adults that have autism, they like to go into like rooms where it's like quiet and like what's the word I'm looking for?
Like low stimulation.
Yeah. I am the exact opposite. When I get a lot of stimulation, I'm like at my happiest. I'm like lights, sirens, sounds, people clapping. Love that.
Lights, sirens, sounds, butt cheeks out, nuns walking around with tape over their nipples. I'm in heaven.
It is incredibly wild how people dress in Vegas.
Yeah.
Like, every time I go there, I've been there 4 or 5 times now. Every time I'm like, this is a softcore porno. How they're dressing.
It's basically showing everything but penetration.
Yeah. When we were walking around, I told Kaylee, I was like, you got to have your head on a swivel because you don't want to wind up in a bad part of Vegas, which at one point we did because we got lost walking back. And I was like, also, she didn't really understand it. She's like, wow, people are like drinking early, huh? It's like we were walking around at like 6:30.
Honey, it's not early for them. It's late.
Yeah, that's what I told her. I was like, Kaylee, you got to be careful because there's not many people out at like 6:30 just walking around the strip. Said there's 2 types of people that are getting exercise or just early person because they're still on the East Coast time, and drunk people. And I was like, you don't want to be like in an alley with just you and a drunk person because who knows if they're going to try to make a move? Who knows if they're going to try to rob me? Who knows how much money they lost last night?
Or worst of all, they might talk to me.
Yeah. Oh, dude, there was this one guy at our casino. Of course, anytime I'm around the casino, I have to gamble. So we were waiting on an Uber and it was like 12 minutes. And I was like, well, let's play a little roulette. So I start playing roulette and I won. I put down $20 just to have fun, won 22, tip the dealer the $2, just go to cash out my 20. This one guy would not shut the fuck up about when you're playing craps, you got to do this and that. And I'm like, dude, I don't care. It's 6:45 in the morning and you're hammered and you are 70 years old. Leave me alone.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm jealous you were in Vegas. I honestly, whenever you were sending me snaps and stuff like that, and I saw the pictures on social media, I was like, all right, I gotta look again. I gotta look at getting back.
It really is one of the best places on earth. Kaylee had never been there before. When we were still in Vegas on Sunday, she was like, flights in September aren't too bad. Like,
she loved it.
Well, I mean, she likes to gamble.
That's another reason that Kaylee needs to keep her head on a swivel is, one, you don't want to end up in a bad part of town. 2, you don't want to end up in a weird conversation with a drunk person that you can't get out of. And 3, if you don't keep your head on a swivel, you're going to miss some crazy shit.
Oh yeah.
How about that guy on the original strip, like the old Vegas strip on Fremont Street that stands there with a sign and it just says, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's all it says. And people give him money.
There are a million ways to make money in cities like Vegas, and I'm sure it would be like similar in New Orleans and places like that.
Panhandling, man. Panhandling.
We went to the
That guy probably makes so much and just feeds his gambling addiction.
Yeah. We went to the Welcome to Las Vegas sign. Of course, we did every touristy thing under the sun because Kaylee wanted to. And we get there and I'm like, Kaylee's like, oh, let's just, like the people behind us can take our picture. No. You get up there. There's just some random Joe standing there and he's directing people how to take pictures, what you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Then all of a sudden Elvis shows up.
And then he's like, all right, that'll be $25.
Elvis is charging people to do videos with them, of course. But when you pay Elvis, Elvis has a deal with the guy up front where you cut the whole line. And all of a sudden, now you're in front of everybody. So we get up there, and the guy on his shirt has his Venmo, like little QR code, and his Cash App. So I was carrying cash on me. What is the appropriate amount to tip that guy? Like he took like literally 30 seconds worth of work. Took like 4 pictures of us and told us to do a couple poses.
$3-4.
I had a 5, so I tipped him a 5. But Nick, when I carry cash, and especially when I'm in Vegas, I am like a 1950s mobster. I'm just handing out money left and right. Everybody gets money. Is that just me, or does that happen when you have cash too? Because I'm not a cash guy.
You turn into Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone in New York when you're just like, he's just like.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I do.
I mean, dude. I mean, I'm the same kind of way. I mean, cash. There's a reason I don't carry cash ever.
It's not real.
If I don't have cash, if I have cash on me, it's gone. It's immediately gone, because the old saying, "Cash burns a hole in your pocket." It absolutely does. If there's cash in my pocket, it's not there for more than an hour.
Mm-hmm. I'm right there with you. Yeah, I was every Uber driver. I was going into the casino with cash, gambling. And then anytime I would cash out chips, I would always get like 10 singles because I would give the Uber drivers a couple, $4 or $5. I'd give the drink when you're walking around in Vegas or when you're gambling and they have the drink waitresses that come around. And I say waitresses because I've been there 5 times and I've never seen one drink guy come around, probably for a reason. How much is the correct amount to tip her? I honestly didn't even drink much. The drunkest I got was on the flight to Vegas. When I was there, I didn't really drink a lot at all. I'd have a beer here, a beer there. Kaylee would have a tequila. And most of the time, I was just asking for a water. What's the correct amount to tip her?
I mean, whenever I get up, like the last drink that I know I'm going to order, I'm like, all right, this is probably like my last hand or my last, my last spin on the roulette wheel. And she comes back around. I'm tipping her like, $4 or $5.
Okay.
Because the liquor they're using, it's not top shelf.
Oh, it's the bottom of the barrel. It is in a plastic handle.
But you can ask. You can ask, hey, let me get, bro, can you imagine sitting there and being like, let me get a Macallan 18 here?
Yeah. I don't even know. Just like, what's the best tequila you could possibly? Casamigos, Don Julio, 1942. Can I get a 1942 in soda?
Can I get a Casa Azul, please?
Yeah,
that's the one with the bell on the top, the $180 bottle.
Yeah, you got to tip her $20. I was giving her $2 every time she came around. So like, no matter,
pretty fair.
If I gave her like, because I figure, all right, it's whether it be 2 bottles of water, a beer and a water, a tequila and a soda, or a tequila and a beer, $2 is, it's 1 per what she brought me,
and it keeps her coming back.
Yeah. Exactly. Not stiffing anybody.
That's the key right there. She's got to keep coming back, or else you have an empty cup and you're not happy.
Yeah.
And also in casinos, what a fucking racket that is. They just give you free drinks.
Oh yeah. It's the best. When we went for my cousin's 21st birthday, we went again. I'm early riser, Vegas time at least. So we usually wake up at around 5 a.m. because that's 8 o'clock East Coast time. So somewhere between 4 and 5 a.m. Go downstairs and I immediately start gambling. The first day, Kaylee wanted to sleep in a little bit. I was like, hey, I shook her. I was like, hey, I'm gonna go down to the craps table. And she's like, what? I'm like, I'm gonna go gamble. She's like, I don't care. I was like, all right. If she woke up and I was not there, she would have freaked out.
Oh, absolutely.
I just want that on the record. But all I wanted was an orange juice. they would not serve me just a plain orange juice for whatever
No,
reason
no,
in
no,
the
no, no.
casino.
It's got to be vodka and orange
Yeah,
juice.
I
It's
had
got to
to
be a
order a screwdriver.
You got to get the day started off right at
I had
5
a
a.m.
screwdriver at like 6:15 in the morning playing 3-card poker. I was like, this is not how I wanted to start my day, but look, here we are.
Hey, here I am.
Do you remember originally our episode 100 was supposed to be in Vegas? We said that like in the very beginning, probably like around like episode 9 or 10, where we were like, by the time we get to episode 100, we're going to do it in Vegas. At that point, we were doing one episode a week, so it would have taken 2 years. But
yeah, no, did not.
Definitely
Was not tracking that.
No, we're still in the pandemic, and we were at episode 100.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like we were saying, episode 300. We're gonna go hunting for feral hogs.
How about we switch it and go episode? I don't know. Should we go 200 in Vegas? Another year?
Okay, episode 200 Vegas.
Okay. No, maybe we scratch the feral hog hunting.
400.
Okay.
Episode 400.
We're just gonna keep moving it around.
Keep moving the goalpost, baby.
Yeah. New game plan though, by the way, Nick, because we went to every single casino.
All right, everybody stop listening. We need to make a game plan real quick.
No, it's a game. I mean, the listeners are included in this too because they have to get us there. So our obviously original game plan still is, get hired by Barstool. Second one, the win is installing a studio in their hotel, like a recording studio.
Okay.
Ooh, how about we just, if Barstool doesn't work out, we just get picked up by a company that has a studio in a Las Vegas casino.
I'm in.
And we do like what was it, Brent Musburger, when he was like, I'm fuck it, I'm not calling any more games live. Just moved to Vegas, lived in a hotel for a year, and his commute was going down the elevator to the studio and just doing live radio.
I mean, that's an absolute dream. I mean, Brent Musburger is an absolute degenerate.
Oh, yeah.
Uncle Brent.
He's a horny old man who loves to gamble.
That man was built for Vegas.
Yeah.
That man was built for old Vegas.
Yeah. He was built to be, I mean, he's got like that leather skin where it's like he could sit outside all day in 110-degree heat and not burn just because he looks like an old baseball glove already.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, he was built for the golden nugget. Like 8 a.m. So we went to Old Vegas, Nick.
Yeah, I love Old Vegas.
So when did you go to Old Vegas? You went in the afternoon, right?
No, I went at night.
Okay, you went at night, even better. Yeah. We went at 7:30 in the morning.
Perfect.
There is not a more depressing place in the world than Old Vegas at 7:30 in the morning.
7 in the morning being in Old Vegas, I have to imagine you're seeing a lot of people that are just contemplating their life choices.
Yeah.
Like put the black and white screen with the violin, like that, over this. That's what they're doing. 7 a.m. Old Vegas, sitting on the stoop outside the Golden Nugget, just not knowing where the fuck they are.
Yeah, it's a lot of that and a lot of
wondering why it's so goddamn hot at 4 a.m.
Yeah, it's a lot of that and a lot of motorized wheelchairs that are there and jazzies just riding down the little strip.
Yeah.
The good thing about Old Vegas
rounds.
Yeah, the good thing is you get through it in literally 5 minutes if you're walking quickly. Kaylee just wanted to go so she could see like the LED roof that they have there,
which is really cool.
I mean, it is really cool. But also, like when you're getting there and the street performers are not even in costume yet, like they are just like sitting there and they're like putting on their Tin Man makeup. It's a sad
they're putting on the Tin Man makeup and they're eating their Dunkin' Donuts they got on the way in.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Yeah, they had the machines that I used to sell, the street scrubbers were going. And the black water that was getting sucked up into those things, I had to assume it was all piss, right?
Mostly.
Yeah, there is nothing quite like Old Vegas first thing in the morning. The hotel we stayed in, they had like complimentary soaps in the shower, like the dispensers. You know what I'm talking about? And so we ran out of body wash in ours. So I was like, hey man, like I went downstairs, I was like, yeah, I was gambling. And I was like, hey, we ran out of body wash. This is my room number. Could you just have somebody run some up? Tip that guy $2. The issue was I should have tipped him more, Nick.
You cheaped out on him.
I didn't think he was coming. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'll just use the bar of face soap that they give you on my body. Cause I was sunblocking up, obviously. It was 112 degrees. I took a massive shit
Right.
in my bathroom. My bathroom. Didn't turn the fan on. Kaylee was asleep. I didn't have to worry about that.
You didn't turn the fan on, you were just letting it simmer in there.
Look, man, don't judge me. Don't judge me. So the issue was two issues. He bangs on the door. I am completely naked in this bathroom. I was about to hop in the shower. And so, okay, that's why the fan wasn't on, because I was about to hop in the shower. I hadn't started the shower yet. So I didn't want to get like all steamy and shit while I was in there. So Kaylee's asleep. She's like, get the door. So I run out, put my clothes on, and it's the guy with the bottle of body wash. I'm like, hey, man, cool, thank you. Here's $2. Appreciate you. He's like, oh, you don't have to tip me. I'm like, ah, no worries. He's like, actually, I need to come in and switch the bottles out. We need to get the old bottle. And I just look at him I'm like, it's okay. And he's like, no, it's no big deal. And I was like, look, man, I just used the bathroom. And he's like, I'm not tripping. And I was like, look.
He said, I'm not tripping.
I said, I took a shit. He's like, come on, man, it's not that bad. He was in there for 10 seconds, messed around with it one time. He's like, I can't get it. It's all good. Just turned around and walked right out. He walked in, got one whiff, and was like, I just need to touch the bottle and fiddle around with it to make it look like I tried, and then I got to get out of here.
He said, I'm not tripping, and little did he know, he was indeed tripping.
He was big tripping, as the kids would probably say. But it leads me to my next point, which, when you were in Vegas, you were with your wife. So when you go to the urinals in Vegas, they're all very nice. Like the bathrooms are very nice in the casinos. Is it fair?
Unless you find the one that's like tucked away and like one of the back hallways of the casino, like one of like the auxiliary exits.
Yeah.
I went to one in one of those bathrooms and like the AC wasn't on.
It was doing the thing where it was just dripping water, but it actually wasn't running.
Yeah, no, it was about 85 degrees in there, and I was trying to take a shit with like a blazer on. And I was like, I don't know if I'm making it out of here.
I'm gonna pass out.
I'm gonna pass out in here.
Did you put are you a butt protector guy or no?
No, I'm a wipe it down sit. We ride bareback in this house. I have a kid.
So I took a shit in a casino, and I did a homemade butt protector where I did the toilet paper. How many
pieces? How many pieces? 3?
4.
You do one for each side in the back?
No, 4. I go one on each side, the back, and then I drape one over the front so my dick doesn't touch the bowl.
Your dick just be touching the bowl like that?
I mean, I'm not like that in doubt. I'm just saying when you lean forward to wipe, every now and then you will touch. But I stood up, all the toilet paper was just sticking to me because I was sweating so much. I looked like a poorly wrapped mummy in 5th grade, like a 5th grade Halloween costume.
Yeah. See, I would much rather, slip inside and almost fall off the fucking toilet than have that going on.
You live and you learn. But my question is it fair or foul to fart at a urinal? Now, I will say this. Both times this happened to me, it was a small bathroom, 1 stall, 2 urinals. So I was right next to him. It's not like it was a 10-person urinal and we were at opposite ends.
Yeah, no, I'm letting that shit rip.
Okay, I didn't know if I could or not.
No, I for sure am a fart at the urinal guy.
Do you say anything?
I've just stopped caring. No, dude. I'm even to the point now where like if there's someone in the stall and like they just let like a real loose shit, just a real wet fart go.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give him a giggle.
I'll
give him a
so
or a sheesh.
I remember I was taking a shit one time and it was a gross one. And this was when I was at Red Ventures, where like the bathrooms were always pretty clean, but there was a lot of foot traffic in them. It was very rare to get a quiet bathroom. And I took a nasty shit and someone just said, man, you couldn't have held that till you got home? Obviously not. I was about to shit my pants.
That's different. That's different. That's
aggressive, right?
That's just somebody being a fucking whiner. You're being a baby.
you're going into a bathroom. That's like going into an LA Fitness locker room and being like, "Oh, I saw an old guy's dick." It's like, yeah, that's what's gonna happen when you're in there.
Yeah, don't go to a YMCA if you're not prepared to see somebody's dick. Don't go into work. Don't go into the bathroom at work unless you're not prepared to hear or see someone's shit.
So I also kind of, I mean, I have a sensitive stomach. Let's just call it what it is. I'm a farter. I have a sensitive stomach. There's no better place in the world to crop dust than in a casino because there's just a million people smoking cigs around you
And constant airflow.
constant airflow. And even when you're walking on the strip, people are just smoking pot left and right now. So you could fart anywhere. And it's like, it's not that big of a deal because it smells like a skunk around here anyway. And I will say, knee brace radio stickers are scattered throughout Las Vegas. So if any listeners find them and take a picture of them and send them to us, I'll Venmo you $5.
Wow.
I know.
Oh man, I'm gonna laugh my ass off when we get like 20,000 pictures DM to us, and you're like, I
will be taking out a second mortgage. And I definitely didn't post the one on the Twitter of me, pointing at the knee brace radio sticker because I look skinny. Definitely that didn't cross my mind.
That wasn't why you did that.
No.
I will say I saw some pictures of you in Vegas where I was like, damn, I think Kyle's skinnier than me.
I'm telling you, I lost some weight. My therapist even said it to me. He was like, "Well, you're looking skinny." I said, "Well, it's because you're only seeing my face." But I mean, look, dude, my feet weren't even hurting. Last time we were there for my brother's bachelor party, granted, I wore a pair of loafers and I walked from basically the Flamingo to New York, which by all estimates is a 100-mile walk.
You walk way too much in Vegas. You walk entirely too. I mean, I'm an Uber guy all the way.
We walked, I think, 14 miles in one day in Vegas.
I think the most we walked was 13 miles in one day. We had multiple days of 10 miles, and we had a couple sixes in there. But I mean, no more than that. Did you go to the Mob Museum?
No, I did not.
Have you gone to the Mob Museum?
No. With the most touristy thing we did was we did the sign, and then we did the Ferris wheel, the high roller,
right?
Which there's a lovely picture of me and my wife there. That picture was taken in the middle of an anxiety attack, Nick.
You're just powering through that.
Oh,
so the Mob Museum. I bring that up because I'm mentioning how much we were walking and stuff like that. We went to the Mob Museum, which I mean, Jeff Nadeau would love to hear about this. I mean, I forgot to bring this up. But we went to the Mob Museum, and first of all, great museum, great tour, and then at the very bottom of the Mob Museum is a distillery. It's a moonshine distillery in the bottom.
Go on,
and they
some.
Yeah, they do taste testings.
Do you know I've never had moonshine before?
Well, episode 200, baby.
Yeah, we'll just save it. We'll save it all for 200. So we'll have to do that. What else do we have to do when we're there?
So the Mob Museum was really cool, and I think it'd be cool if we could get Jeff Nadeau on a Zoom, like before or after we go to the Mob Museum, and then make some content while we're there if they let us record stuff.
What if we just have him on Zoom while we're in there, and he like rebuttals what the tour guide is saying?
Oh my god, that'd be gold.
He's just like a floating head on a screen. We just have him like on an iPad.
Fucking mook.
Yeah. So what else would we have to do? We would have to go shoot a large caliber gun because I always see the signs for them, but I've never gone where you could shoot a 50 cal.
We got to do that.
That would just blow my shoulder right out of its socket.
We got to do that, and then we also got to go to the racetrack where they let you drive like supercars.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, yeah, I would love to run your ass down in a Lamborghini.
We you can do that because I would probably be afraid to crash it. But we will not be doing the high roller, Nick.
Okay, yeah. See, I didn't have any desire to do the high roller when we were there.
I didn't either. Nick, we got in there and
they closed the door and you're like, I want out.
The second it closed, I looked at Kaylee and said, "Don't like this." And she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "I just said don't like it." And she's like, "What do you?" So the issue was we had just eaten and Kaylee got like these like sliders that were spicy burgers. So my stomach was already upset because I hadn't eaten anything all day. I ate spicy burgers and had a vodka soda. So like not a great base for my stomach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then I don't like heights, which I my parents sent me to a climbing camp because I was so afraid of heights. I got rid of heights when I was like, I don't know, 12 years old. I lost my fear of heights. And I think I'm like not afraid of anything like 100 feet and under. Like I don't like zip lining. Like I like going on high ropes courses.
Yeah.
I don't, however, like being 500 feet in the air. So while we were there, we were in there and it was me and Kaylee and three other couples. No, three other couples. I was the only one who was not standing. I sat directly in the middle of it. There was like a little horse. It's a giant ball for people that don't know what it
Right.
is.
And there's a bar in the middle, isn't there?
Not anymore because of COVID.
Okay,
So
that's
I
fair.
sat on the seats that were supposed to be for the bar, looking directly at the floor the entire time until we got.
You took the picture, you sat back down.
Well, Kaylee wanted me to take a picture of just her, so I had to do that. I stood up, my legs were like fucking jello. I could barely stand. Took the picture and sat down, and I was so nervous, I was shaking. So I took 20 pictures because I just kept shaking and I couldn't get a steady picture of her. And eventually she was like, "Can we just please take one?" I took 2 selfies, and thank God they were both good. And I was like, all right, I got to sit down. Every other person was walking around. They were talking. I literally had Kaylee's hand fucking like, I almost crushed it. Like, you know how they say, like when, I'm sure you experienced it when your wife was giving birth, how they will squeeze your hand.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing to Kaylee. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's I didn't want to do the high roller, not because I'm scared of heights, but just because I didn't see the draw. I didn't see the draw.
The second I got in there, I was like, man, it would really suck if this thing broke down at the top, huh? And that was what was in my head the entire time. It wasn't that it was going to come plummeting to the earth. It was just like, because they were talking about like how many pounds of steel and motors and this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, so you're telling me if a motor goes out, I'm going to be stuck 500 feet in the air with no circulating air, with no up. You think you're up there in the air, you'd have great cell phone signal. No, didn't.
That's interesting. I never understood that.
You'd think, right?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know. But anyway, so episode 200, fair to say?
Yeah, we're gonna, we're gonna do it. And if not, episode 250.
Yeah, at least. It got me thinking. And I'm sure you saw a lot of this weekend because it was hot up in the Northeast, correct?
Oh, so I went down to the in-laws. So I wasn't even
you were on the boat. You were actually out on a boat this week.
I went on a boat, and then I was on the beach, and then I was on the pier, and I mean, all places that you do whenever you go on a boat.
Yeah, I would say those are safe places. I thought you were going to be like, and then we were on the freeway. It's like, well, how did you get there? And you were with head unpaid intern, correct?
Head unpaid intern, and I mean, I know we mentioned Barstool a minute ago. Also, newly minted member of the Barstool Barn Burner series,
Harry Ferguson. Little round of applause for him. Harry, congrats. Unpaid intern. Do us well.
For real though, I'm so happy for him. I'm going. Kyle, I'm going. Are you?
Probably not, but don't count me out 100% yet.
Okay.
I don't even know what it is, to be honest. Is it like the first week of August?
When it is?
Yes.
July 31st.
Okay.
That is a Saturday.
And you are driving, correct?
I am indeed.
That's a long drive. Is it in Iowa?
Yes, it is.
I've never been to Iowa.
Me neither.
I don't know. Put me down as a maybe.
Put you down as a maybe. Okay. I mean, so me and a certain Knee Brace Radio fan, and good friend is we're driving. So I'm closing on my house on July 30th. I'm leaving from my house closing and driving directly to Iowa.
How many hours is that drive?
For me, 15 hours.
You are a good friend, Nick. I'm trying to see. I believe it's probably got to be in the same ballpark for me, right? Probably maybe 16 or 17.
I don't know. Honestly, I mean, I know we have to go through. So I mean,
I just put in Iowa 15 and a half hours. And I think this is in like,
it's in
right?
Dyersville.
Okay. That is,
you could also just search Field of Dreams.
14
Isn't that
hours and 11 minutes. That's a long drive in a Prius. It's a very long drive in a Prius. So
Yeah.
maybe.
Okay, put you down solid maybe, but yeah, I've already. I mean, Kyle and I talked about this. I've already got a hat, being made for Harry to give KPR some shine, because anybody that was watching it, just so you know, head and pit intern did not make that video.
No, he did not.
No, in fact, it was second in command intern Joe and myself. We stayed up until probably midnight that night. I mean, midnight my time, making that video, putting the KBR spin on it, and I mean, they loved it. Jared Carabas, word for word, said, "Best pick in the draft." Tell me I'm wrong. He said, "Favorite fucking pick right here."
And I believe Dallas Braden called him a peach.
Called him a peach. Called him a weapon.
Which is ironic because Harry has literally no ass. His ass,
negative ass.
His head goes from the back of his skull to his heels.
Yeah.
There's not a single bump on him until you hit his shoulder blades.
Right.
But I think it's safe to say Joe is assistant to the head unpaid intern, like Dwight Schrute is assistant to the regional manager.
Yeah, you know what? I think Joe would love to be Dwight Schrute.
Well, I'm not saying he's Dwight Schrute. I'm just saying that's the title we're gonna give him. But shout out to Harry.
Shout out to Joel. I mean, I absolutely not possible without Joel. The like whenever we were making the video, it was so cool to see him work and the things that he was doing to the video. It was so cool. If you have any video editing needs, I cannot recommend Joel enough. If you DM us, I can give you his email. You guys can talk it up. Joel, you're probably gonna get hired by Barstool before we do.
Oh, that's 100% true.
Because I mean, the skill that he had editing the video is way beyond any skill that you and I have podcasting.
That's fair to say. That's definitely fair to say. But yeah, so head unpaid intern. He's going to be rocking a KBR hat.
He's playing on team starting 9.
He said that he was like, "Oh, I'm going to shave KBR into the side of my head because I have a mullet." I was like, "You have to go to work." I was like, "Don't do that. You have to go back to work."
Well, also, if he fucks up KBR, there is a real strong possibility he has KKK on the side of his head.
Yeah, don't want that going on.
We don't want to be connected to that.
No, we're going to disavow. Put it right here on the board. Disavow completely. Now, what's going to happen when Harry gets there? He said he's got an interview lined up already. Who's the interview with? Is it with us?
No. So I mean, maybe. But here's the thing. All right. So I believe he said he's flying in on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you read the email that Bryn sent that he put in the group chat, but yeah. So he said he's flying in on Thursday. I'm driving in Friday night, Saturday morning. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know.
Well, unless you close at like 8 a.m.
Maybe.
I would try to get the close time moved up as early as possible.
I'm trying to. I talked to my realtor about it, but anyways, yeah, I'm getting there Friday night, Saturday morning ish, and yeah, so the game's on Saturday at noon. So Saturday, July 31st at noon. I'm sure if you look at the Barstool Sports social media, they'll have all the like live streams for them and everything. Excuse me.
Nick sneezing again. Oh, didn't even mute himself. That was a loud one.
Yeah, I know. But I'm excited. I mean, it's gonna fucking suck to drive out there. The drive's gonna be cool though. I'm excited for the drive actually, because the drive's gonna take us. So we're leaving Maryland. We're gonna drive like right past Pittsburgh. We're gonna drive right past Cleveland, right past Toledo, Chicago. We're driving through like all the Midwest, with like all the nostalgic Midwest.
You're going right through the Rust Belt, essentially.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm excited because I love the Midwest. I really do.
Are you a road trip guy? Like I don't mind being out on the open road. If it's a nice day, I can eat some pavement up.
Oh yeah, I mean I've driven 14 hours in one day.
That's a good drive. The furthest I think I ever went was Georgia to New York in a straight shot, but that was with 3 drivers rotating. That was when I had just turned like 18, and we were down there for baseball, and it was me, my dad, my brother, and my brother's friend's dad. And we started driving, and they were like, "You need to drive, Kyle." And I drove for like 2 hours. Like, I can't do it anymore. Just can't do it.
Kyle, I can eat some pavement. Drove for 2 hours.
I was 18. I drive. I mean, look, I've driven back and forth to New York probably 30 times. Kaylee has driven a grand total of 4 hours of them. And it's not by her choice to sit in the passenger seat. It's my choice of, you don't need to drive, because the second I get into the passenger seat, I get bored.
Yeah. And I've lost the touch of being able to sleep in cars. I can't do it anymore. I can't
sleep in cars. I can't sleep on planes. I can't do it. I just have panic attacks.
Oh my God, dude. Planes, I sleep like absolute shit on planes.
I can't. We had a 6 a.m. flight out of Vegas. Granted, we went to bed. So they were like, the Uber drivers were like, "You're not going to want to miss this fireworks show. It's the best fireworks show you'll ever see in Vegas. Like, by far, it'll be the best one of your life." Kaylee and I were asleep by 7:45.
Nice.
We woke up at like one point at like 10. We're like, "The fuck is that?" It was the fireworks. Went right back to bed. But again, 6 a.m. flight out. You'd think I would sleep on the plane. I shut my eyes for like maybe 2 seconds, started to nod off, and I did the when you wake up, did that. I was asleep maybe 2 seconds.
When we were in Vegas, we were staying in the Flamingo. So obviously the Flamingo has the Cromwell that it's connected to.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we were there, we went to bed one night. I mean, like we didn't stay up too crazy late while we were there. We were in our room most times by midnight,
which is 3 a.m. East Coast time, so it is pretty late.
Right, but we were there for about a week, which I've heard is a long time to do Vegas.
Very long.
But yeah, so we went and we're in bed by 11:30 midnight. And we're laying there, and all of a sudden, we wake up about an hour later, and all we can hear is just, and we're like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then
I think it was shots fired.
No, and then I realized DJ Pauly D was DJing at the Cromwell. Like, damn it, I'm missing out on Pauly.
Well, I mean, one of my biggest regrets in life. I think I've told you off the air, when we went there for my cousin's 21st birthday. Nick, if you had to get, like, obviously you know me well, who would be one of my favorite musicians of all time?
Avicii.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that was it. The list was one, and it was Avicii.
Yeah. We were there, and Avicii had shows going on. Obviously, we didn't have a ticket, but they were like, "Oh, you can get him scalped for like $250," and I was like, "No, I'll just see him next time." Because like he would go to Vegas all the time. If you watch, it's a documentary. It used to be on Netflix, not anymore. Those were like his last 3 shows before he
tragically passed away.
Yeah. One of my biggest regrets in life, just not going to that. I was like, "Oh, I'll just see him next time." Little did I know, I would have paid $1,000 to go see him if I could turn back time.
Yeah, that's a tough one to take on the chin right there.
Yeah, the Caesar's Palace we were in, we had a really nice dinner there at Bobby Flay's restaurant. And we went, it was a 9:45 dinner. We walked out, the line to get into the club there literally went from like the sports book almost to the front door.
Yeah, I know. I'm so glad we didn't go to a club while we were there.
Kaylee wanted to. I'm like, "Hey, look, I love you. I love dancing. I love..."
What's the door charge? What's the door charge for?
It's got to be like $50 a person. But the thing is, it is so fucking crowded, and it's so loud. It's like, we're going to be in there for an hour and be like, "All right, let's get out of here." It's not like you're with a group of like 20 people where you can kind of like get your own little area. If it's just 2 people, I don't think that would be fun at all.
That's just asking to be date raped.
Well, I would hope not. I would be with my wife, but...
Oh, no, I mean by a stranger. The stranger just out there causing chaos.
Yeah.
Just out there. Have a little of that. See how your night goes.
What was the Tosh.0 joke when he was talking about human centipede, plop, plop, rohypnol? Rape drug. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I'm happy that Kaylee's bachelorette is already planned for an area that is not Las Vegas. Because after seeing her
in Nashville?
No.
Oh man,
That
that's a good
that,
guess. That's
yeah,
a good guess.
that was a very good guess. But after seeing how much she liked Vegas, she would want to go back there. A group of girls going to a club there is asking to just be hit on 9 million times.
Oh yeah, for sure,
Like,
and by guys that are much better looking than me.
oh yeah, much better looking me too. Now did you see Nashville this weekend?
No, I did not.
I'm pretty sure every person on planet Earth was there. Like that's how crowded it was.
Kyle, I have a confession to make. I was there.
Yeah. Now, like you said, you were in Chesapeake. So this okay, whole circle back. You went out on a boat, right?
Yes.
Now, was it just you, Harry, and his dad?
It was me, head unpaid intern Harry Ferguson, his parents, his uncle, and his uncle's girlfriend, and my
Okay.
wife and the baby. Yeah.
Yeah, throw them overboard. Now I was gonna ask because Harry sent a Snapchat of his father wearing a very small red, white,
Oh
blue.
man, yeah, yeah, he did, didn't he?
Now, did he wear that the entire day?
No, no, no. It was something that he was wearing swim trunks on the drive out there. When we got to the beach, we were hanging out. Harry and I had a beer. We had a shot of tequila, and we look over, and his dad has dropped a trowel and says, "Happy 4th of July." And there he is in all his glory, with the biggest bulge I've ever seen in my life, in a USA flag speedo.
So I was gonna ask, was it stuffed?
Oh
Is
no, it's just all balls.
just some massive balls.
Just massive Ferguson balls.
There was a kid that lived in the dorm across from me. He went to school for 1 semester before he failed out. And this was the second day I knew him. He just whipped his balls out in front of me. It looked like a grapefruit was between his legs. That can't be comfortable.
No, I don't get it. I don't get it. But yeah, so that was not stuff. That was all natural.
What did your wife say? Was she like, "What the hell is going on?"
She was like, Jesus.
So Mrs. Ferguson was not there.
Oh, yes, she was.
What did she say? Was she like that? That's my boy.
Basically.
Those are my balls.
Yeah, those are my fucking balls.
She grabbed them, just got a handful of them. She treated them like they were dice she was rolling, getting ready to shoot some craps.
She blew on them.
Dude. So like obviously I said before I was playing craps. The amount of people that don't understand, like the dealers would be like, "Hey, don't touch the dice with 2 hands, don't rub the dice, they just don't get it." People blow on the dice all the time. They're like, "Could you not do that?" Like obviously with COVID going on, they're just like every single time. I'm like, look, that's not good luck. And that's really gross.
Yeah, you're not supposed to blow on the dice yourself once.
Yeah.
One, you're not supposed to blow it on yourself. Two, that is literally how COVID is spread.
Yeah.
And three, it's supposed to be like a pretty girl next to you that blows on it, or like your lady. I don't know, like Lady Luck.
Yeah.
Just
a
a thought.
Yeah, no, these were like grown men, and they were doing it like closed hand, like they were a pitcher blowing into their hand to get on a cold day, like like one of those. I'm like, that's not like, it's not a blow dart, dude. You're not shooting the dice out of your hand. Like let's just pick up the fucking dice and throw.
This isn't Jungle to Jungle. You're not just, you're not Tim Allen in Jungle to Jungle. All right.
Yeah, it was just absolutely ridiculous, and they were
What
just
a core memory that was. I just pulled out.
I was gonna say I knew I could see the VHS with Tim. He has like a feather in his mouth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the name of the movie. I don't think I've ever seen the movie, but I know exactly what you were talking about. Exactly. But yeah, dude, it's it's Vegas. This is a very Vegas heavy episode.
Well, you just came from Vegas. What are you gonna do?
Well, and you like Vegas.
I do. I had a good time. I mean, you and I like it for different reasons. I'm not that big of a gambler. I'm honestly probably more of a sports gambler.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just not passionate about it. But as far as like actual casino games, I don't have like the itch for it. But Vegas draws me in more for the food and the atmosphere and like the things you can do.
It's
out there.
electric.
Oh, it does.
There is
It does have an energy. It just has an energy to it.
there's an energy more so in Vegas than in any city that I've ever been to.
I
Like when
feel
people,
like it's hard to sleep in Vegas because I feel like whenever I go to sleep, I'm missing something. Like something's gonna happen.
that's like I said, that's why I wake up and the first thing I do is I brush my teeth, take a piss, and go to the casino like
See if anything's
immediately,
going down.
and then just start gambling. And as I told Kaylee, she's like, I'm losing money because we started out up about $500, and she's like, I'm losing. I'm like, you're only losing when you quit.
You're only losing right now.
Yeah, you're only ever down when you stop. So if you just keep going, you're down, but you're not out.
Right. You're down, but you haven't lost.
That's what addicts, I believe, say. If I had to guess, I would believe that's what an addict is saying. Hot as hell there. It was like 115 degrees, which brings me to my next point. People who say they hate the summer suck.
I feel like there's a fine line between summer and hell.
Yeah, and you can complain for like the 1 week where it's like unbearably hot. That's fine. But when it's like 90 degrees and it's like not even that humid and sunny, and people are like, "Oh, this weather, how could anybody like this more than they like that?" And shut the fuck up, dude. You know what? When it's -5 out and you're fucking complaining about the cold, don't then you lose your right to complain about the heat.
I'm a cold guy though. I am. I'm a cold guy.
And I say this to Kaylee. I do not mind the cold when it is supposed to be cold. There is nothing I hate more than being freezing cold in the summertime because someone keeps their house on 59 degrees. I keep my house around six. We talked about this, between 66 and 69 is the perfect temperature.
Nice.
But nice. But when even in the fall, when you get that one really, really cold week, when it's like all of a sudden it goes from like 55, 60 down to like 40, I complain then because it's not supposed to be that cold yet. When it's supposed to be cold, I'm fine with that. When it's supposed to be hot, I'm fine with that. When it's like unseasonably one way or the other, I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean the one thing that one of the things that I don't like about summer is that I feel like I always have to take a shower.
Yeah, that does suck.
Like I walk from my car to the building. I'm like, I need to take a shower.
Mm-hmm.
Walk from the building back to my car. I need to take a shower. I walk from the car to my house. I need to take a shower. And then I get out of the shower, and guess what? I'm still sweating.
Yeah, the swamp ass is very bad in the summer. And the rub raw.
Lately in my car, I've been getting in my car, and it's 115 degrees in my car. And I'm like, I can't take it.
So I saw a trick for how to cool your car down very quickly. I don't know if it works or not. But what you got to do is you get it, you turn your car on, like you don't actually like get in your car. You just like turn the battery on, roll the passenger window down, have the driver's side door open, and you give it like 2 or 3, like not complete shuts, but like fan it. And it blows apparently all the hot air out that it creates a vacuum and blows it out the passenger window. So maybe try that next time.
Maybe I will.
And report back to me. Let me know how, because I just get in the car and it's 120 degrees and I just blast the air. Now, do you blast the air and roll the windows down while you're driving until it gets cold, or you just suck it up for the 5 minutes until it gets ice cold?
Oh no, I get in, I turn the car on, blast the AC, roll the windows down. Haven't moved yet. But as soon as you roll those windows down, I can just feel that hot air that's been trapped in the car. It's just like, like you can almost feel the car breathe. Where like before the car was like, if I don't breathe, I'm gonna fucking die.
Mm-hmm.
But like you feel the car breathe, and then the windows come up, and then I'm gone.
Now that you're a dad, you have to. Do you turn? I'm assuming you turn the car on and let it cool off, right?
Oh, I have to, or else I'm committing child crimes or something.
Child murder.
Yeah.
I never got how people forget their kids in the backseat of their car.
I get it.
Okay. maybe I'm just not a parent. My parents used to, and this is not when we were like little, and it was never like in the summer. It was always like a reasonable temperature. But I remember my parents, like we had a minivan. We had 2 minivans, and they would pull into the driveway or into the garage, shut the garage door. And if like my brother or sister was not awake, they would always have the conversation like, should we just let them sleep and just leave the garage door open, like the garage door to get into the house? And like they would talk it out for like a minute and then be like, nah, we got to get him up. And like, but every time it was like, should we just let them bathe? They look comfortable. Like they would be going back and forth, not knowing that I was awake. And they'd be like, no, we got to bring them
You're
inside.
seeing how much your parents love you at that moment. You're like,
Yeah.
do you love me enough to wake me up and take me to bed? Or are you going to let me just suffer it out
we
here?
had to be,
Or are we going to have a real awkward conversation?
we probably were like four. They were probably like 4 or 5 because they were to the point where they were too big to be carried. That was the issue. So I don't know. I guess that would be like maybe I don't know. You pick up a 3-year-old, right?
For sure.
Okay, so probably like 4 or 5, maybe 5 or 6. That would be scary though to wake up in a car and nobody else is there.
Yeah, I imagine that's what kidnapping victims feel like.
Yeah, that's probably true. When you're on vacation and you wake up, do you know where you are?
Most times, yeah. I mean, like, there's definitely been a time where I woken up and I was like, "This is not my house."
This does not seem familiar at all.
Right, but I'm like, okay, all right, yeah, like half a second.
When you're really fucking tired, do you have a hard time falling asleep? Like when I'm exhausted, like drop dead tired, I can't sleep.
Sometimes it's hard to turn my brain off. That's what it is.
My mind just races for whatever reason. Like I'm just so tired. All I want to do is sleep, and it's just going a million miles an hour. I'm like, please, I just want to go to bed. That's what happened the first night because we landed around 8, checked into the hotel. It was about 9. Started walking around, and I started playing craps. And the guy on our table was on an absolute heater. He rolled for about an hour and 5 minutes, and I won a bunch of money. The issue is when you're playing craps, you can't really take your money off the table until they roll a 7. And all Kaylee wanted to do was go back. And all I wanted to do was go back. And this guy just kept winning. I've never been more mad about winning money in my life. But we got back to the hotel. We got some pizza. Got lost on the way. So I was already grumpy as fuck. And all I wanted to do was sleep. And I just couldn't go to bed. One of the worst feelings of all time.
Yeah. There's nothing like just wanting to go to bed. And there's just something keeping you from it, and you're like, I just want to go to bed. I just want to go to sleep.
Quickly, power rankings. What are the worst nights of sleep you can get when you can't shut your mind off? Little kid the night before Christmas.
The night that your child's being born.
That one's gonna be up there. Night before any big vacation, and you procrastinated packing, so you're packing at night, and you're like, fuck, I have like a 6 a.m. flight. So I have to be up at 4, and you're looking at the clock. You're like, all right, it's 10, and you're like, all right, I can go to sleep.
The night leaving the vacation.
Yeah, because you're like, I don't want to go back.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the nights for us leaving Vegas. I slept like absolute dog shit. Also, I'm gonna throw this in there. Probably the night before we officially moved to the new house. That's gonna be a shitty night of sleep.
Oh, you're not gonna sleep.
Probably not. No.
I'm just going to put that on the record. You're going to be scrolling Twitter until 4 a.m. and you're like, oh, we close in 3 hours. So whoever the fan is, I think I know who the fan is. I'm not going to say it, but I hope
we're not moving that day. We're not moving that day. Oh my God. Could you imagine if I went to Iowa the weekend we were moving to the new house? I would be divorced, Kyle.
Yeah, you probably would be. What? Your wife has a kid. She can't fucking move in. She can't do everything on her own. She can't load up a car, carry a baby on her hip, and just start moving cardboard boxes that are inevitably not going to be taped that well at the bottom. Have you started the packing process yet?
I've packed one whole box, Kyle.
Yeah. Okay. So I was going to ask, it said like closet hallway.
Yeah.
Like, or hallway closet.
Hallway closet. Done.
Dyslexic moment. So that is your one shining jewel.
Yeah. That's all in a hard day's work.
Oh, I wish your wife the absolute best luck. Now, when you're out there, these athletes are obviously going to be out of college. Last topic of the day. How are we going to sponsor Division II, Division III, and JUCO athletes? That's what we need. That's the market we need to tap into. Everyone's worrying about D1 athletes. Let's go. The money is in the crumbs and War Dogs.
Yeah, I agree. Our DMs are our DMs open?
Yeah.
Okay. Our DMs are open. If you're an athlete and you want to be sponsored by Knee Brace Radio, a couple of handsome guys like ourselves,
guys like to tell jokes.
Yeah, send us a DM. We'll look into you. We'll do our very, very thorough vetting process,
which will be looking at your top 3 tweets that you sent out and be like, oh, this guy seems all right.
Yeah, it'll just be me searching keywords through your tweets and making sure you don't have anything that's gonna get us in trouble. Um, but yeah, no, send us a DM. Let us know. I think it could be fun. It could be funny. Help each other out.
Help scratch our back, we'll scratch yours, and then we'll go from there.
Does our sponsorships include pizza once a week?
That may be a check our mouths are writing our asses can't cash. Because if we
Hey,
get
I
like,
said one pizza a week.
yeah, if we get like 5 athletes that are in 5 different states, that's like $60 in pizza a week.
Well, Kyle, time for you to step up, bud.
Better hope these commission checks start rolling in. But anyway, if the people wanted to find you online to send us a DM, where could they find you?
They can find me on Twitter at FumblinBumblin, or they can find me on Instagram at KneeBraceNick.
You can find me Kyle_Craig4 on Instagram, Kyle_Craig36 on Twitter. All social medias at Knee Brace Radio. Like the video, like our YouTube, subscribe, give us a 5-star review. Quit being a bunch of bitches.
Wow,
that was aggressive.
It was, but yeah, again, just to wrap it all up, Harry, very proud of you, man. I know that I mean, I'm proud of you. I'm excited to go. I'm excited to see you play in the Field of Dreams. His family's flying out. They're excited about it. I don't know how much he's gonna play, but all the same, having the family out of the Field of Dreams is gonna be a hell of a time. Basically finding an excuse to go to the Field of Dreams.
Can you recreate the video of like people walking out of the cornfield?
Oh, I told Harry when he comes, like if he gets called into the game, he needs to come from the cornfield.
Okay. All right, cool. We're on the same page then.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But yeah, so Harry, big shout out. Proud of you, man. We're gonna have him on the show either while we're at the Field of Dreams or before.
Sure. Okay.
But also huge shout out to Joe, video editor Joe. I mean, absolute powerhouse video editor. We don't deserve him. He deserves better than us. And inevitably he's going to get hired away from us. But while we have him, dude, you're doing great and can't thank you enough.
For sure. Again, guys, follow us, follow them. We tag Joao in every video on Instagram. So go follow him. So that way, if you guys need any video editing done, you can reach out directly out to him. Or like Nick said, get in contact with one of us and we will get you his contact info. But until next time, catch you later.
See you.
Peace.